This is Emily, president of Self-Advocates of ADEC and podcast host. Welcome to another episode of our monthly podcast, Expert Tips by ADEC Self-Advocates. And today, this month, we have Carrie. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well.
Nice to hear. So, what exactly is your title within ADEC?
Well, I started with ADEC in 2017. This is actually my 7th anniversary month. I'm really excited for that. And I started a day program. Quickly fell in love with my job. I fell in love with everything that ADEC stands for. And I was also a day program manager for a few years. And then last April, I was able to step into the guardian advocate position here with ADEC, which has really been my dream job since I went through my training in 2017. I always told everybody that when I grew up, I wanted to be an ADEC advocate. So I'm super thankful to be able to be in that role now. Within that role, I get to walk alongside individuals that are on my caseload and assist them with decisions in their life and making sure that their voice is heard and making sure that their preferences and their choices are heard while maintaining their safety as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. And guaranteeing safety, if through certain jobs, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it isn't.
It is very hard. Sometimes, as a guardian advocate, I have to take how I feel and remove that from the equation and concentrate on how the individual feels, what the individual's preferences are, and then help them make the decision that needs to be made without my thoughts or my input behind it, if that makes sense. Like my preferences aren't in the equation, their preferences are.
Right. That makes sense. I wanted to also mention, because it's February, it's the month of Valentine's.
Mm-hmm.
I have some Valentine's Day, certain type of questions.
All right.
If you were to, have you seen, a lot of, the Valentine's Day treats, the candy and stuff?
Oh, yes.
Which one is your favorite?
Oh, my. Okay. So the Hershey's Kisses that are filled with strawberry, those are my favorites. Those are my favorite. And my husband's are the Ferrero Rochers. I think that's how you say it. They're wrapped in the gold paper.
I've heard of that.
So delicious. What's your favorite?
My favorite Valentine's Day treat. Oh, well, as a tradition that my family would have, we had this thing called a Valentine's Day tea party.
Oh, that sounds fun. Tell me more.
We would have this drink called Love Potion.
Nice.
And every time I would always sing the song.
Love Potion number 9.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is the greatest tradition.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Sprite and then frozen cranberry juice ice.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's really good. But we would also we used to also bring our stuffed animals there.
Nice.
The tea party, and we would eat a bunch of different treats during the Valentine's Day feed. And a lot of the time it was usually chocolate, like chocolate covered strawberries or chocolate covered bananas.
You can't go wrong with chocolate covered anything, right?
Oh, facts.
Besides maybe grasshoppers. I don't want a chocolate covered grasshopper.
I actually never tried that.
I do not plan on trying that.
Yeah, me neither.
I think more people should celebrate the way your family does.
Yeah.
Because I think that the tea party that you just mentioned has a lot more meaning than, hey, it's Valentine's Day. Let's go out to dinner because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I think that a family team party is pretty awesome. I may have to steal that
Yeah.
idea.
So, what would you consider to be uh, how would you show love?
For me, I think that encouraging words that lift people up um, are probably the number one way. Encouragement, letting them know that no matter what's going on, they've got this, is another way I show love. Hugs, of course. I'm a super big hugger.
Same here.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a great big bear hug. Like, bring it in, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yes. And then, of course, spending time together.
Yeah.
You know, when someone takes time to come and be with you, that they love you.
Yeah, especially if they really make the effort to actually make it happen.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for me, that's considered how I would say kind of like my love language.
Yes. Words like words of affirmation, spending time together. Yes.
How do you feel loved by others?
When, again, we're going to go back to those hugs, those
Yeah.
great big bear hugs.
Mhm.
My son gives the greatest hugs of all time. Um, Again, we just talked about love languages, but words of affirmation are really my love language. I need those. Man, you're amazing. You are awesome. You've got this. Reminders
Yeah, same
throughout
here.
time, and just to be reminded that I matter, because a lot of times we get so overwhelmed with life that we forget that sometimes. So it's nice to be told you
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, I completely agree. A lot of the time, I'm in my own head,
Yes.
and it's also very easy to be your own worst enemy or your own worst critic. And you need that positive affirmation to really, well, help you get through whatever is going on.
Yes, I believe that our minds are kind of set to pull all of the negatives out of a situation. So when those words of affirmation come through, um, they really help my mind kind of recenter and help me feel loved.
Agreed. I completely agree. What are aspects do you feel mm, create a healthy relationship?
Um, I think someone being present, not just being beside me, but being present with me.
Yeah,
You know,
engaging.
yes, engaged, not just kind of distracted by the other things around us, but being engaged with me.
Like a phone.
Yeah, phones are a big distraction and can really cause some separation.
Yeah.
So just being present. We're always taught that um, relationships, you have to give 100%, but it's got to be a 50-50. So for
I
healthy
completely agree.
relationships, yeah, for
Complete.
healthy relationships, it's got to be a 50-50. We have to meet in the middle, and we both have to give, we both take.
Yeah.
Um,
Respect has respect has to go both ways.
Absolutely. Another thing is just open communication,
Yeah.
even when maybe it's not the easiest things to talk about, but being that safe person that I can openly communicate and they can communicate back um, is really important.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's no communication or trust in a relationship, what kind of relationship do you have?
Right. Communication is a huge key.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that. And how could you advocate for those aspects in current relationships?
So, again, it's that open communication. Um, and within that open communication, it's not in the hard times, it's not whose fault is it? Why did you do that? It is more of a non blaming, non shaming aspect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, being able to trust each other even when things are wrong. Um,
Mhm.
yeah,
Which is not easy to do.
no, definitely not in the hard times. But as you grow with somebody within those healthy relationships, it becomes easier.
Got it. I'll remember that. Mm. Uh, I didn't really know about this holiday, but did you know that there's a holiday called National Caregivers Day?
I didn't know about it either. I really didn't. Um, I personally think every day should be National Caregivers Day. They are our caregivers, or I call them our frontline workers that are, um, on the floor running and making sure everything's happening. They deserve a day every day. They deserve to be recognized.
Yeah. Is there any like importance or any significance behind this day specifically, like this holiday?
In busyness, w- we can forget those that are in this role and what all the role entails of a caregiver. Um, it's joyful, it's sorrowful, it's exhausting, it's rewarding. And sometimes all of these feelings are all in the same day. So, Caregivers Day in and day out, and they do this sometimes without even a thank you or a kind word. So, I think that I'm thankful for National Caregivers Day, but I think they need to be celebrated every day in some
Yeah.
way. And that could just be by a simple thank you.
I believe that. Uh, what would you think are strong qualities for a caregiver to be or to have?
I think there's a lot of qualities that a caregiver should have. Some of the top ones for me are compassion, willingness to continually learn and adapt. Um, every individual that we um, give care for is different. So, a caregiver has to be able to continually learn and adapt to the needs around them. Um, I think they have to have unique perspectives and understand that others have different perspectives. They see things differently, and to work within those perspectives. Um, an ability to see um, beyond the diagnosis and to actually see the real person that's there and provide care to that person and not to that diagnosis is very, very important. Um, and, for a long time, we were trained as caregivers that, oh, you're their voice, you need to be their voice. But I think that the individuals that we serve um, have their own voice. So I think as a caregiver, we need to be the microphone or the megaphone that helps their voice be heard. Um,
Love that.
yeah. And that's the way I try to deal as a guardian. That's the way I try to deal with each and every scenario that arises. And then, of course, remembering that every day is a new dawn, it's a new day. There are new experiences on the horizon. So, not being stuck in that same monotonous wheel, but every day is a new day,
Yeah, a lot of the time I like to think of that kind of way as well.
especially on those hard days.
Yeah.
We all have hard days, and it's okay to have hard days, but we just take our deep breath and, all right, tomorrow's a new day, and it's going to be a great day. And if we can keep that mindset, we can make it through anything.
I like that. Well, it was nice to have you here, Carrie.
Thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed it. It's my first time doing anything like this, so I am definitely honored to be here.
Yeah, like it's really fun.
Yes, it is.
Mm. Thanks for tuning in and hearing from your neighbors with disabilities. Check out next month's podcast for a new guest and topic. I am Emily, host of Expert Tips by ADEC Self-Advocates. See you next month.